Hello and welcome to another Pass the 11 Plus brought to you by ExamBuddy. Today we're going to be talking about the non-verbal reasoning topic, spatial reasoning. So let's see what spatial reasoning is. First of all, we have to say it's a difficult topic. It's not one that we can teach an easy trick or solution for. It will take practice, but hopefully with what we're about to show you in this video, you'll have an approach that will help make it a little bit easier when you are faced with a spatial reasoning question. So, to summarise, these questions test your ability to work with 3D shapes in your head. So for example, you might be asked to find out what shapes can be put together to make another 3D shape, or you might have to think about how 3D objects or shapes will look if they are reflected or rotated. So let's go through a practice question. So the question is pretty typical. Which of the sets of shapes on the right can be put together to make the shape below? So let's look at our shape. And here are the potential options. So we're going to talk through a 3-step technique for dealing with spatial reasoning questions. And it's all about eliminating answers that don't make sense, so that when you are coming to choose the right answer, there are less potential options to choose from. So step 1, look at the question image. Count how many blocks or squares you can see, if this is possible in the exam. So we can see that there are 6 visible blocks, and possibly a 7th block behind the protruding block at the front. So going through our answers, we look to see which answers don't have 6 blocks. That lets us eliminate the first question, the first answer. Let's move on. Step 2. Look briefly at the shape that you've been given to see which shape combinations in the answers cannot possibly build the drawn shape. When we look at the question shape, we see that there is an L-shaped block on the left, 1 or 2 protruding blocks at the front, and a stack of 2 blocks on the right. Look at our answers. The second image cannot possibly form this shape. So now we're left with 2 possible answers, which has narrowed it down by 50%. So we're going to go through a quick video now to talk through how to work out which of these answers is correct. So just before we started this video, we've narrowed down our potential answers. In your mind's eye, you should be thinking in 3D, rotating the shape and looking at what possible answers might fit into the shape. We can see an L shape, a stack of 2 blocks, and a block protruding out the front. Remember, examiners cannot test you on any parts of the shape you can't see. So then you should next start, through trial and error, drawing the borders of some of the potential answer shapes on the image of the shape in question. Here you can see the L shape being drawn in red and the stack of 2 blocks being drawn in green. Try this for the potential answers and see which ones fit. Already of our 2 potential answers, we can see that one of them works. Here we've separated the shapes based on colour to help make it look more obvious, so that you can see how the blocks given in the answers fit together. So now that you've watched the video, it should be a little bit easier for you to work out which answer is correct. The key that gives this question away is this join line. It separates an L shape from a stack of 2 blocks and a protruding block at the front. if we look at the bottom answer image, we can see that there is no combination of these shapes that can generate the question image. The L shape on the answer image is too long to form the L-shaped stack in the question image. So we can eliminate this. Through the technique that we demonstrated in the video, you've also come up with a potential option for which shapes could generate the question image. So we already know that the third image in this case has to be the right answer, and you've already checked that that's the case through your working out. So we hope that's made spatial reasoning a little bit easier. Obviously questions will vary, but this approach should help you answer most questions correctly, or at least narrow down the potential options towards getting the correct answer. If you want access to more spatial reasoning questions, as well as hundreds of verbal reasoning, maths and non-verbal reasoning questions, sign up today at www.exambuddy.co.uk.